1.3.2, they say simplify the following full, you know. Now, the problem with this one is that we had a numerator and then we also have the denominator. We have the numerator and then we also have the denominator. So how do we reconcile the denominator and the numerator? We're going to check if there's anything that we can do to simplify the numerator. Simplify, we can factorize, by the way. If you look at the numerator, we're going to try to check, can I check here? Every time when you have to factorize, the first thing that you need to check is there anything common. Now, let's check on the numerator. Looking at the numerator, I'm going to write here 1.2. Is there anything which is common between 1, 2, 3 things? Yes. There's something common, Anish. Yes. What is that common thing? X. When we take out the x as common, if we take out x here, what is going to remain? X squared. X squared? Plus x. Plus x. Plus 1, like this. Huh? After that, you go to the denominator. Huh? On the denominator, we have something called a difference of 2 cubes. We have difference of 2 squares and then also have difference of 2 cubes. No? With cubes, we need to know how to factorize this. So we're going to open a smaller bracket here. It says which is x minus 1. After that, you say x multiplied by x, it gives you what? X squared. You say x multiplied by 1, it gives you plus x. You say 1 multiplied by 1, it gives us what? 1. That's how you factorize this thing. You say x multiplied by x gives you x squared. And then the one with the plus here, it's going to have a minus here. The one with the minus here has a plus throughout. Next, we go to the second term. On the second term, look at the top side. Is there anything that you can do on the top side there? There is something. We can take out a common factor. What seems to be common? It's 2. Let's take out 2. And if you take out 2, it's x plus 1. All over. Now this one here is a difference of 2 squares. And this one here is also a difference of 2 squares. This one and this one are difference of 2 squares. I'm going to make this one to be like this one or this one to be like this one. Yes. How do I make them? I'm going to take out a negative outside. Yes. So if I take out a negative outside on this one, it means I'm going to have a minus here. And then it's going to be negative and a positive here. Now, how is this thing going to look like if I take out a negative? It's going to say x squared minus 1. I'm taking out a negative outside. It was 1 positive, x negative. Now, if I put a negative outside, what has happened, man? Look at this. The x has become what? Positive. And then the 1 has become what? Negative. Plus, let's look at this one. Is there anything that I can do on this one? No. There's nothing. So I'm going to write as x plus 1 all over. Look at this one. Is there anything that you can do? Yes. It's different of 2 squares, Anish. Yes. So if you have different of 2 squares, you're going to open 2 brackets like this. You have x minus 1 plus 1. Still fine? Yes. Okay, now this one here, it's a negative and a positive. What is a negative and a positive? Negative. So we can tell them with this one, we have a negative in between because we had a positive and a what and a negative. After that, we can get a difference of 2 squares for these 2 poles. This one is a difference of 2 squares poles. It's going to be x, it's x. It's minus 1 plus 1. Now, you look at the numerator and the denominator, you try to check is there anything that seems to appear on the numerator and the denominator. Let's look at this one. Term number 1, this is term number 1. This whole thing is term number 1. If you look at this one, is there anything that appears top and bottom? Yes. This one appears on the top and at the bottom. So they're going to divide each other out. What remains then? It's x over x minus 1. Sharp. Minus. Let's not forget which is minus. So look at this one here. Is there anything that appears top and bottom? Yes. X plus 1, x plus 1. Then left with 2 all over x minus 1. Sure. X plus 1, x plus 1. Then left with plus 1 all over x minus 1. So we give you 1 mark for doing this. How many marks? 4 marks this thing? Yeah. Now I'll give you a mark for differentiating, for factorizing this one. And then from the onwards, here's what you have. The denominators are the same. If the denominators are the same, you are adding or subtracting, you can simply add the numerators. So if you look at this one here, we have x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1. Take x minus 1. If you take x minus 1 as common, you say it's the lowest common denominator. It's x minus 1. So what are you going to be left with here? You're going to be left with x minus 2 plus 1. What is x minus 2 plus 1? It's x minus 1 all over x minus 1, which is going to be this one and this one. They are going to combine each other out. And then we get our 4 marks.